Hello, how is everyone? How's everything? I've been very lazy and haven't streamed in a really long time. Oh, I don't know if anyone's here yet, but yeah, it feels weird. It feels weird streaming again. Maybe I should turn the music down a bit. Maybe like here. So, how is everyone? Wait. How can I hear myself? 1 second. Maybe I have. Oh, this stupid thing. Shut up. Okay. So I don't have anything planned. I don't know what I'm streaming about. I just know that I am streaming. And I hope everyone's doing well. Right now, I don't think. Maybe someone's watching, I'm not sure. It's not showing the YouTube numbers for some reason. It's showing the Twitch numbers, which is like one, which I assume is either the bot or it's me myself, because I have it open in the background. That's a way to get a view. If anyone's watching, they can maybe message. I don't know. I'm using Restream to stream on both Twitch and YouTube, but the annoying thing about Restream is you can't really mod. I don't think you can. So that's why I have YouTube and Twitch open in the background. Just if I want to mod someone, even though I don't think anyone's watching, and I probably won't need to mod anyone. But anyways. Yeah, so hey Muck, jammies indeed. How are you? Wait, what does it show? It says jammies, which 1 second. Yeah, it says jammies, which that's another annoying thing. Why doesn't it show emotes? I will get my own site someday. But maybe I should change the chat to but it's YouTube, so that's another thing. If someone in Twitch comments, then maybe it's not the same. How you been though? How's everything? How is everything? Not muck. Oh, mooch, not muck. Oh, mooch. Yeah, is it a European name? You are good. That is good. Mooch, 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 mooch. Sure. What's the time over there? Because right now it's really, really early in Canada. I don't know why I'm streaming right now. I just chose the weirdest time. But I've been holding it off for months and months. So, I mean, also, wait, turn down the music. How's my voice and everything? Because since I haven't streamed, I don't really know. I guess you made it up. So, since you made it, you get to pronounce it. Oh, it's the afternoon, so it's not as crazy as my time. Yeah, I had when Wash was starting the stream, I was about to like go to sleep. Like I was just tired and I went to sleep, and then I suddenly woke up right as as Wash was about to end, and then after that I couldn't sleep. After then, like I just kept. I was awake. I didn't feel as sleepy anymore. That's just how it is. Mooch. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I don't have anything planned either, so I don't know what to like watch or show. But uh, maybe I can steal something from someone's content suggestions. Maybe like open someone's Discord, see what they're. One of your teachers made it up. Now I'm just thinking of like, even though it's you're in Europe, uh, uh, oh, even even though you're in Europe, I'm just thinking of like someone from like a gym coach from Boston screaming at the top of their lungs. You're a Swedish Zoomer. Yeah, I don't like. I've heard some Swedish. Like I've heard. Uh, oh, you lived in Dubai as well. So I heard maybe it was like really an American school. So it could have been a guy from Boston or a girl. I don't know, or an NB. But it was Dubai, so it being an NB would have been hard. Uh, so yeah, I still the Boston thing. What was I talking about? Yeah, Swedish. I can't even think of Swedish. Like that's how low, like how less of a conception I have, even though I've heard it. Like I can't, like I don't even have a stereotype in my head. I am from Pakistan, Balochistan, which is in Pakistan, but I'm in Canada, and I started streaming. I think when did I start? It's been a really long time. It's been like 4 months or something. I streamed for a while. I wasn't consistent, but I did do it, and then I just stopped. And now after such a long time, is my voice speaking or something? Maybe I should lower the volume a bit because it was reaching the sort of red zone. Maybe here. Let me know if my voice sounds off because I haven't done this in a while. And even when I started, um, yeah, the problem is the white isn't helping with this. Maybe I should have had the it be this way just to see the C chat or something. The white in the background is hiding everything. Maybe I can take like something. The whole Kashmir thing. So I can summarize it, but it's gonna be a very like crude summary. So when the maybe I can just go to this version. No, not this one. Yeah, here. That way I still have my camera, and now you can see everything. So that's good. Yeah, I know something. So this is just a crude version, but when the British basically won World War II, they were done. Like their empire was basically done. They couldn't hold off their colonies anymore. So they were just everyone like was just going free left and right. In that sense, like anyone who was left, like of course all the others had left before. So in India, Pakistan, there was like a struggle going on between some people who thought that there should just be a free India, and then some people who wanted like a separate state for Muslims because they said that the Hindus oppressed them. And the major Muslim party was called the Muslim League. And hey Koopa, the stupid British every time. Uh, so the party was what do you call it? The Muslim League. It wasn't like really for an independent, like it wasn't called Pakistan back then, but a new country for the Muslims. But then in like I think it was some late 30s, the Congress, which was the major Hindu party or the secular party, if you will, it was Hindu but it's also secular, so you can go either way. So that got to rule for 2 years or something. The British let them rule, and during that time, a lot of Muslims were oppressed. Like there was weird stuff going on, and because of that, a lot of leaders in the Muslim League who were like against a new nation got disillusioned with India. So they said, okay, we need a new nation. And there are these like small movements and sort of this idea of having a separate nation, it being called Pakistan because of the regions that would be in it. And when the Brits left, basically a mad dash started. Like some states wanted to be independent, but Pakistan and India weren't going to let them. So there was like a place called Hyderabad in India that wanted to be independent. And there was a place in Balochistan that wanted to be independent, but where Pakistan had power, they seized the lands, and where India had power, they seized the lands. And Kashmir was sort of different because the population was majority Muslim, and the ruler was a Hindu, and he wanted it to be independent. But it like everyone knew that wasn't going to happen, and it was like at the border that the British had set between Pakistan and India. It was like right at the north of it. So this area here, and then this is Pakistan, this is India. Yes, so they knew that it wasn't going to happen. So the population wanted Pakistan to take over. The ruler wanted India to take over. So the ruler, without consulting anyone, went to India and told them that I'm going to sign a treaty. Kashmir is going to be in India. And they went to so India was like, okay, Kashmir is ours. They started moving in. And then the Pakistanis like got wind of that, and then they started moving in. So from this side, India was coming in, and from this side, Pakistan was coming in. And sort of where they meant, like the quickest one who could capture the land was just taking up Kashmir, and then it just a natural sort of border developed between where India was, the Indian army was, and the Pakistani army was. Then the UN was like, okay, you're not gonna just start fighting each other. So there were like some peace talks and everything, and they developed like a line of control. Basically, the parts that Pakistan had taken, Pakistan was gonna manage for a while, and the parts that India had taken, India was gonna take for a while. But the main goal was that the Pakistani army and the Indian army would move out after that. The UN peacekeeping, like a UN peacekeeping mission, was gonna stay, and then there was gonna be a vote, a plebiscite, and the Kashmir people will decide India, Pakistan, or independence. But the way the treaty was designed was a bit strange, because it didn't say that like both of them would move out together. It said first the Pakistani army will move out, then the Indian army will move out, and then the vote would happen. Sir, this is a Wendy's. And so because of that, I mean, they weren't going to do it anyways. It's just an excuse. They had an excuse. So India had the excuse that since Pakistan never moved out, it's not India's fault. And then Pakistan had the excuse that if we move out, then India's just going to take over the rest of the rest of like the area, and we should just move out together and let the Kashmir people decide. So in that sense, like both nations weren't good, but Pakistanis were like, okay, let the Kashmirs decide because they're a Muslim nation, so either they're gonna choose independence or Pakistan. But India was knew that they're gonna lose Kashmir, and it sort of became this issue that never got resolved. And then years later, like this sort of mythology developed in India about just holding on to Kashmir. And the same happened in Pakistan. But in Pakistan, there were also some practical reasons because a lot of rivers that are in Kashmir, in Pakistan, sorry, that supply water to Pakistan, they start either from India or from Kashmir. So if they gave up Kashmir, then India would like have all control of all of the rivers in Pakistan, which is a terrible place to be in that sense. And India was already like building dams and everything, and there was a lot of problems about that as well. So it's like this ideological struggle and this practical struggle as well. And I don't think it will get resolved. Like at best, it just becomes a new. The border is where it stays where it is, and it becomes the official border. But they'll always have their excuse to fight now, forever. Not forever, I mean, but as like for the foreseeable future. And that sucks. So and since India was like since the Kashmir, even in India, there were more Muslims. There was a lot of freedom fighting going on, and since Pakistan was Muslim and the Kashmirs are Muslim, and they were like they just left the people alone for the most part. They didn't do much because Kashmir wasn't fighting as hard against Pakistan as the people, I mean, as it was against India. So that's why India is more oppressive. Whereas in Pakistan, the area that didn't want to be part of Pakistan, it wasn't really part of India ever. My area, Balochistan, fights with Pakistan, and the Baloch are oppressed in Pakistan. So that's how it happened. That is a very crude summary. Like there's a lot of other stuff, but that's like all the other stuff is like details and ideologies and thinking and some terrorism, some freedom fighting, a mixture of both, and a lot of mess. Right now, currently, India says that Pakistan trains terrorists and sends them to Kashmir, and then Pakistan claims India trains terrorists and funds them in Balochistan to create instability in Pakistan, and that's just how it is. I hope that's like a good summary, Mooch, and it makes sense. The other stupid thing was they made Pakistan like this was Pakistan, this is India, this is again Pakistan. How in the hell are you going to manage that? So that's why we have Bangladesh as well. Yeah, it's very crude. Like if like someone who actually knows like all the details and everything would be like, you didn't say that, you didn't say this, what are you saying, type of stuff. But I was also like, I talked like when I was like beginning everything and was more active in a sense, I talked to someone who was like a historian, a Swedish historian actually, someone in another group. And we talked about how like using my area Balochistan as an example of how to learn about and parse through history, but that never materialized, which is a bit disappointing. Because I'm very interested in like this sort of historical stuff and everything, and it would have been interesting if like we had an actual historian who described like the process they went through to understand a history they never knew about. But that never happened. And now I am just wondering what else to talk about. Koopa, are you still there? This thing is very inaccurate. Like, it doesn't tell me really much. Like, this says there are 3 people watching, but it said that there were 3 people watching when I started the stream, when no one should have been here, and it said 3 people are watching when Koopa joined in and when you joined in, Mooch. So I don't know who's watching and who isn't. All the comments are from YouTube though, which is nice. Like I feel like to Twitch isn't the best platform anymore in a sense, like, but I can stream on both, so who cares? I'm doing it for like fun and whoever catches on. I remember the last time I was doing a stream, I started reading from like some Marxist organ, like very basic stuff. It was for a reading group, and some Pakistanis joined in, and they're like, "Why aren't you speak in Urdu? What are you talking about?" Like, this isn't that channel. You can. I don't know how, like, suddenly Twitch decided that, okay, we're gonna show this to Pakistanis now. There is a fairly long delay when sending messages. Is that a YouTube thing? Like, this maybe something in, like, they're both connected in a way. So maybe like some setting in Twitch is messing with YouTube, or some setting in YouTube is messing with both. I'm not sure, because no one from Twitch has commented. So I sent a link, didn't go through. Why though? I haven't banned links. Is YouTube being annoying? Let me check. Not this one. This one. Settings, manage. YouTube is very annoying with links though. So, is that a YouTube thing? I'm checking the settings. The moderators, okay, restream bot, default permissions. Maybe I'm checking the permissions. Okay, now this is for me. The upload defaults. Oh, this is in our channel. Live redirects allow them to send their views to any of your live streams or premieres. Your content can only be selected for a serial for a live redirect if it's incoming or in progress. Add a user for live redirect. Allow live redirect from channels I subscribe to. Blocked word. Block links is off. That's strange. That is strange, because block links is off. At least in YouTube. Maybe check Twitch now. Why is this happening? Why are you annoying? Channel creator. Oh, okay. Maybe here, mod settings, chat settings, show mod icons, show moderate icon, chat appearance. No, not this. Deleted messages first time, yeah, blah blah blah. Pop out chat. Review recent updates, review manage moderation settings. Okay, let's see. Now I'm auto mod rule set, blocked items and phrases, blocked terms and phrases. Okay, no, not here. Permitted terms and phrases. Block hyperlinks. Nope. Non-mod chat delay. Non-mod chat delay was set at 4 seconds for Twitch. I've turned that off, so maybe that helps with the delay. But why aren't links coming? Is it a restream thing now? That's annoying. You have to do the Twitch thing, the YouTube thing, and the restream thing. You sent it in VGG. Okay, I can check that. Let's see. The bad thing for you is I'm using a different laptop for like my streaming stuff, so you don't know if you rickrolled me or I just figured out the link, and you'll never know. I actually got like some money from for graduating, and I used it to buy like this budget laptop, which is fairly decent. My old one is like 5 years old, so You YouTube should add emotes. Why the hell is YouTube not adding emotes? It's so annoying. Like they can, right? They have like they store every video. Like Twitch deletes their videos after a while. That's why, like, if you go to my Twitch channel, none of my previous streams are there. But in my YouTube, you can see every stream I did from like the beginning one, unless I deleted it. But they don't have emotes. That's why. That's so stupid. But anyways, what else can we talk about? I think how long has it been? Has the music stopped? Let's see. My lo-fi music. No, it hasn't. It's 9 more minutes or 10 more minutes. What to watch on YouTube? Let's see. Is there something good? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's me. 10 wrestlers, no life hacks. I don't even know if GMM is like allows people to stream the videos, but why would I? I can't really do anything with it. Are you socialist or Libby? I would like to think I'm socialist, but apparently, if I'm a Washite, I'm a Libby, according to some people. Uh, even though I'm against like all the tenets of capitalism. But when Republicans vote to starve hungry babies, I mean, we can check that out. Pause the music. See, I'm getting confused between my two screens. According to tankies, not just tankies, like other liberals. Maybe they were memeing, but other liberals called me a liberal. Yeah, but tankies, of course, tankies will always call. Well, I think tankies will call actual communist liberals. That's not a joke. Like they call anarchists and communist liberals. So in that sense, it doesn't even matter. Oh, and this channel is really good. Adam Ragusia. He does like food stuff. You can't really do much with it, but like I watch him for like the food stuff. Also, there's a channel Then and Now that could be good because Then and Now does like really good actual stuff that we can talk about, like the meat and bones type of stuff. Okay, then I'm gonna open this one. Should I speed it up or is 5 minutes?
Republican lawmakers that have been pretending to care about the shortage of baby formula voted twice against bills that were trying to do something about it. Now, luckily, these bills passed regardless, even without their vote. But I'm going to show you some recent tweets from these same people, 9 in particular, that voted against both of these bills, despite what they said.
I mean, they are Republicans. What can you expect? I mean, at this point, they're always hypocritical. They'll always lie about that. Like they were bringing up Ukraine and they're saying, oh, we're sending money to Ukraine. Whereas while talking about like baby formula, like, oh, we're sending money to Ukraine. I asked. Like that's the stupidity. Like, there's no logic to it. They're like, we're not gonna do anything good. And he just said it. It's about power. Like he even admits it. Like, or I don't know. They could be. Why am I saying he? It could be she or they. Probably not a they, but uh, they admit that the it's about power. Like even their voters aren't obtuse anymore. That's why I hate the stupid bipartisanship nonsense. How can you be bipartisan with people who won't vote for like baby formula when there's a shortage? Like you can't reason with people who've gone this far down the deep end. Um, and who knows what the Senate will do.
Previously about the need to address this. So, first here from Newsweek, the Access to Baby Formula Act, also known as HR 7791, would allow low income women to buy more baby formula through the federal Women, Infant, and Children program. It received 414 to 9 bipartisan support in a House vote on Wednesday amid the formula shortage crisis in the country.
Yeah, they don't care. They're open about it at this point that it's about power for them. It's not about doing anything good.
The 9 lawmakers who voted against the bill were all Republicans.
Of course, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz. He should care about children. Okay, no, I'm not gonna make the joke. So sorry, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Louis Gohmert. Okay, that's Paul Gosar, of course. You keep hearing the same names again and again. What kind of name is Chip Roy? What are you? I think you failed as parents when you name your kid Chip Roy. Isn't there something in some rule book that says you can't name your kids Chip Roy? That sounds like such a made up name. But these are the ghouls that voted against Bayfront. I mean, I guess even the other Republicans know that it's not going to pass the Senate. So maybe it's in that sense, even that is they couldn't even do that gesture of.
They are Representatives Andy Biggs, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Louis Gohmert, Paul Gosar, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Clay Higgins, Thomas Massey, and Chip Roy. So let's take a look at some of these people's previous comments about this very issue, shall we? Andy Biggs on May 10th tweeted out, Biden wants to send billions of taxpayer money to Ukraine, yet American mothers can't buy baby formula at their local stores. He needs to get his priorities straight. This guy voted against both bills, and I'll have more on the other bill at the end of this video. But yeah, Louis Gohmert now. Unfortunately, this is from the 12th. Unfortunately, liberal Democrats seem to be more concerned with aborting babies than feeding them.
The era of this useless bipartisan nonsense has to end. When will liberals just stop talking about bipartisanship? It can't happen. How can you negotiate with people who are against even such basic things?
This is the party
and they lie about
that wants
it constantly.
to force women to have children. Yet they are voting against anything that can actually help them to feed those same babies. Louis Gohmert is one of the most disgusting people in Congress, so not surprising here. Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, tweeting out on the 12th, don't worry, moms and dads. While you are frantically searching for baby formula, Congress is busy naming post offices.
Why even bring up post offices? You think Congress can name post offices and do other stuff? It's just stupid. The deeper you go in, the more stupid it becomes.
Voted twice against baby formula. Paul Gosar, it's even worse. This is from the 12th again. It's even worse. Biden regime is sending pallets of baby formula for the exclusive use by illegal aliens. The leftists want illegal aliens comfortable while real Americans, mothers, search desperately to feed their babies. There's no bottom to this barrel for these people. Absolutely disgusting. Of course, this isn't true. The idea that only what he calls illegal aliens, that only immigrants are getting baby formula, it's so dumb. It doesn't even require a response, but it's just, it shows you how low these people go. Just the absolute scum of the earth. Lauren Boebert here Gas just hit $4.37, and people can't get baby formula in the country Biden claims to be running. He'd rather focus on a bill that members have 4 hours to read and includes $40 billion more for aid to Ukraine and possibly $8.8 billion to fight global disinformation. America first. That's from May 10th. Now, you could argue that there should be more money going domestically to help, whether it's the formula or anything else. I would agree with that. But here she is claiming that this is a big issue and voting against both bills. So the other bill here, this is $28 million
Oh, we
for
got three
baby formula
more.
shortage.
Oh,
So those
only
nine
12.
that you just saw
Only 12 voted for
um,
the
also
other
voted
one.
against.
They just voted for against like a straight up money package for the baby formula shortage. Like how uh is this like at that level of like cartoonish evil? Like if someone wrote this, people will be like, you're just making shit up at this point. Like no one's gonna be this evil, right? Like no one's gonna vote against feeding babies, right? Yeah, it's reached that level at this point.
This and a lot more. So the vote here is 192 Republicans voting against this. So House lawmakers also approved a bill known as the Formula Supplemental Appropriations Act that would provide the FDA with $28 million in emergency funds to ameliorate the shortage and stop fraudulent products from seeing store shelves. The measure passed by a 231 to 192 vote, was introduced by Representative Rosa
And this is
DeLauro,
probably not
a
gonna get
Democrat
passed through the
of
Senate.
Connecticut, who told NBC that the appropriation would be mostly dedicated to beefing up the agency's staffing. Nearly 200 Republicans voted against the effort, while only 12 supported it. So, this one, I saved this tweet for last because this is very particular. This is providing the FDA with a more of a means to address this. Well, Thomas Massey, who voted against that bill as well, tweeted out on the 17th, if the US FDA were as gung-ho to authorize baby formula production as they were.
Everything they say is it's some sort of lie. Like they talk about like whenever they talk about like any actual real issue, it's always something they're gonna vote against. Like some they're gonna vote against stuff that makes it better, and they're gonna vote for stuff that makes them richer.
To authorize mRNA
Oh, and pleases their insane base, becoming more and more fascist by the day.
vaccine production, we'd be swimming in it. He voted against the very bill to help to address this through the FDA. These people are disgusting. There is very little else to say. It speaks for itself. Pro-life, pro-family, voting against anything to help families right now dealing with this formula shortage. Just disgusting people.
Okay, I can't like David said it. Can't really add anything. So cut the segment. Me saying as if I have any editors. Just cut the segment. Cut it. Ryan, cut the segment. But yeah, these people are like beyond cartoonish evil at this point. This thing is really annoying. Like, should add something. Can't see chat or anything. They have these posters, but they're like in really bad shape. I don't even remember where I put them. But what to talk about? To talk about? What's this? Reddit post. Ukraine is stuck in a hard place. I don't know. Let's see now. Can I post a link here? Let's search it. Let's check something random. It went to Twitch. It went to YouTube. Cut the segment. How did? Okay, I guess it's not like an actual emote. It's the emoji or whatever. Uh, did it appear in? Uh, let's see here. Yeah, it did appear. Nice. I don't know why the other one didn't work. Restream is really nice. Like you can see the comments from the other side on both of them too. So, uh, uh, but it doesn't have an option to like do it with like some third party. Like for example, if Wash wanted, he could connect YouTube, Twitch, and VGG, but I don't think he can do that with Restream, which kind of sucks. But now can't even like do the what do you call it? I need something for like my this area because the white is very annoying. The other option is changing the color inside my like this embed, but I don't want to do that because I have like I use dark theme basically everywhere, and white just fits. Uh, what is what's this? What's YouTube selling with RPGs? World Tarot Day, or whatever the hell that is. Uh, Jimmy Dore now explicitly sheepdog. Should we do like a Demi Jor segment? I mean, I can't do it as good as Sam Cedar can, but I can try. He's so stupid that like you don't even need to take him seriously anymore. But um, what about if we like laugh at his chat or something? Would that be fun? Not even him, like
This is a
Jimmy
sponsored
Dore
video
itself.
about
No,
Trade Coffee.
no,
This is one of Trade's partner roasters
no,
showing.
no. This is not your time. Zelensky, only diplomacy can end Ukraine war. I mean, that is true. But so I don't know what the point of this is. Biden threatens war with China over Taiwan. Republicans are now to the left of Democrats on the on the. Do you know what's this one? Uh, should we watch this one? It doesn't hurt, right? I mean, it's a short, so why not? Let's see.
In case no one's noticing, the parties have flipped when it comes to foreign policy. The Republicans used to be
like you can't really add anything to this stupidity, right? Like all you can do is like what Sam Cedar shows. Like he's a grifter. He makes his money this way, and like he's found his niche where he keeps on getting more and more views. So in that sense, like you can't really do like a serious assessment of whatever he is posting or anything, right? You can just laugh.
crazy war hawks, and you associate war hawkery with a right-wing position. Now the Democrats are the right-wingers, and the Republicans are the anti-war lefties. And it's
Now
so
the
that's the important. That's
Democrats
the interesting thing here. All the Democrats are for this, and they're red
doing that.
baiting
What's with the
anybody who's
weird
against it as
Zoom thing?
anti-American and a Putin puppet. And 57 Republicans voiced the truth about it and voted against it. So that's supposed to be the opposite. You're supposed to have 57
Look at it.
progressives in unity
57
voting
progressives.
against this and calling a press conference, an AOC, and they're all supposed to say what's wrong with this and our leadership. They're not. None of them are doing anything. They're going right along with it. In case no one's noticing.
That's so stupid. That's why, like, doing a segment on his actual videos is like not even that much worth it. But maybe like making fun of like the comment section might be. We might find a good comment. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, only one. Did they leave? Or are they watching on Wash Shed? No, but if they're watching on Wash Pit, then people can see. Oh, you're at work. Then. Yeah, it is that time. People are working. So I am alone right now. And at this point, I guess Jimmy Dore scared away Koopa and Mooch. Maybe I can just do this more. I don't know if I stream like Tomb Raider. If I stream Tomb Raider, then can this small PC handle it? Because Tomb Raider is an old game and I pretty much do ultra settings, but I don't know how much like my GPU can handle. Maybe if I was streaming from the other laptop, then I could use this one. 44%. So OBS is using like 40% of my GPU power apparently. Is this? It's slightly warm. So what to do? Get a new segment. I mean, since no one's watching anyways, I can do pretty much anything, right? I don't know why I'm looking at chat. There's no one in chat. So, I mean, I can watch like a YouTube video. I'm not like a serious analyst or anything anyways. No one really watches my channel and I can make fun of Jimmy Dore. So Um, hmm. Let's see. Make fun of Demi Jor or find something else. Um, what do you think? What do you think? I agree. Let's do it. The Taiwan one. Biden threatens war with China over Taiwan.
Let me
Does
set
the
this up. The United States has historically warned China against using force against Taiwan, while generally remaining vague about how far it would go to aid the island in such a circumstance. Why do I bring that up? Well, because
I'm
there's
gonna
going to be
speed
World
this
War
up because
III,
it's
and
it's
Joe Biden is
Demi.
trying as hard as he can. And so we should laugh before that happens. Come see me do.
What does he not understand about preemptively stopping the invasion? Like if the US has this hard of a stance on Taiwan, China won't invade. If US showed like a soft stance and was like iffy and not like really sure, then there's more of a probability that China will invade. Why would you like even assume that being soft in that way is gonna reduce the chance of Taiwan being invaded, uh, or stop like a world war or whatever? I don't think China would invade Taiwan if it knew that the US would actually actively help Taiwan, not just send weapons, like actively help Taiwan. Uh, the Urdu coming out. Stupid.
Stand-up comedy in Irvine, California on June 10th. We're going to Irvine. June 12th. Irvine, it's a Sunday. We're going to Irvine. We're going to San Diego in July. We're going to Las Vegas. We're going to Salt Lake City, Indianapolis.
Oh my goodness! Shut
That's
up.
part of China. Hate to break it to everybody. And China will take over Taiwan whenever it fucking feels like it. Okay? That's just
China will fucking take over Taiwan whenever it feels like it.
a fact. And so
Also, just give Taiwan over to China. Roll over.
we've always
That's
been
what
vague
he's saying.
about what we would do if China did that. If China
Still,
take
this
over
the
Taiwan.
weird
Well, the whole idea is to
pointing
maintain the
thing.
status quo because that uncomfortable thing that like they could take it, but so that everybody's had an effort to like not come out and say it, but sort of do it. And it was a delicate.
Oh,
real
Henkel,
delicate
of course.
House of Cards, nice thing.
I don't know who the idiot in the center is, but we've got two idiots. One on the like two idiots that we know about. I don't know the third person. I was just hoping for one idiot. This might be a little bit too much. It might be above my pay grade, you know. I don't know.
Thing that just pushed it.
Well, here they asked Joe Biden. So here's what Joe Biden said last fall when they asked him about this.
Spoken with Xi about Taiwan. We agreed we will abide by the Taiwan agreement. That's what we are, and we made it.
1 second. I'm gonna be Azan for a bit. Just need some water. Is this? 1 second. I'm just checking some things. Just let's see. Now more of it is in this area. Maybe I can move this. No, this looks bad. Let's see here. If I go ahead this way, whereas if I go maybe a little bit, I go this way as well. But then you don't see this, so Hmm. Oh, I need something for this one. I don't know. Anyways. Let's go back to here. Just this, and here we go.
Clear that I don't think he should be doing anything other than abiding by the agreement.
So he says this is for last fall. He said they're going to abide by the Taiwan agreement. What's the problem with that? There's no such thing as a Taiwan agreement.
There
That's the
is.
problem. There's no such thing as a Taiwan agreement, let alone any sort of agreement on anything related to Taiwan. And who
There is an agreement between the US and Taiwan.
said that? A guy named Lev Nachman. He's a postdoctoral researcher at Harvard's Fairbanks Center.
Are we sure he talked to Xi also? Did he just talk to my guy? Oh, this joke's too good.
Yeah. So, and that's probably for the best, since our word means nothing and we can change it on the fly.
Leave it nebulous.
So, Biden says the U.S. military would defend Taiwan if China invaded. So that's a big deal. And here he is saying it. You want to see him say it?
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes,
You are.
that's a commitment we made. We support the one China policy. We support all that we've done in the past. But that does not mean that China has the ability, the jurisdiction to go in and use force to take over Taiwan. So we stand firmly with Japan and with other nations not to let that happen. And my expectation is it will not happen. It will not be attempted. And my expectation is a lot of it depends upon just how strongly the world makes clear that that kind of action is going to result in long-term disapprobation by the rest of the community.
Based Biden. Exactly.
Disapprobation. So I just
Are you
want
willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
He sounds like a 6-year-old, doesn't he? He's like, are you willing to get involved militarily? Yes. Are you sure?
How is this guy considered funny by anyone? Well, I guess he wasn't funny. That's why he couldn't be an actual comedian and ended up being whatever the hell this is.
Sure, honey? Yes. Did you brush your teeth? Yes. Did you brush your teeth? I lied. And immediately after he says this, because it's a big deal, we've never said we would.
Is this really supposed to be funny? I don't
What
know.
we would do. He said it. We're going to military. So when China does this, which they're gonna, he says we're going to go to war with them. That's what he just said. The president's declaration, offered without caveat or clarification, set the stage for a fresh tension between the United States and China, which insists that Taiwan is a part of its territory and cannot exist as a sovereign nation. It also surprised some members of Biden's own administration who were watching in the room, who did not expect him to promise such unvarnished resolve. Oh boy, they were surprised. Imagine if in the movie Weekend at Bernie's, I don't know, have people seen that?
The only time is when Biden just lets go of his inhibitions and becomes based.
That movie where they drag a dead guy around. Just imagine that movie. If Bernie got propped up and suddenly started talking about military intervention in Taiwan. That's how shocking.
If at the end.
Did that corpse just say we're going to go to war with China? Yes, that corpse just said. The White House quickly tried to deny that the president meant what he seemed to be saying. He needs a nap. He's cranky. As the president said, our policy has not changed, the White House said in a statement hurriedly sent to reporters. He reiterated our one China policy and our commitment to peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. He also reiterated our commitment under the Taiwan Relations Act to provide Taiwan with the military means to defend itself. And he did all that before his nap.
Yeah, that was the agreement, the Taiwan Relations Act.
What did Jen Psaki's relieved not to have to feel this one?
Oh wait, these idiots are in. I thought it was like a video or something. These idiots are in with Demi Jor, Hinkle, and whoever that other idiot is.
Mr. Biden's comments went beyond simply reiterating that the United States would provide Taiwan with arms, because the question was posed as a contrast to what he had done with the Ukraine. The president made no effort to qualify what he intended when he agreed that he would, quote, get involved militarily, unquote. Made no effort? The president made no effort to qualify? Biden's just forming a sentence looks like tremendous effort to me.
The crazy thing about that as well is that since 1979, we've sent $70 billion in weapons to Taiwan already. And over the past year and a half, we have been covertly training Taiwanese separatists
Some more.
in a secret U.S. base in Taiwan. So him saying, we're gonna increase our involvement militarily, supposedly that would mean something different than what we've been doing, which would look like conventional conflict.
So you're saying we're
Send more.
already engaged militarily.
Yes, that
You're
was
supposed to not
reported
talk about
months ago.
You're not supposed to talk about that, Jackson.
No, well, I mean, Biden's not. The whole thing is that it's a real awkward situation. It's like a real imperfect Roe v. Wade status quo that we, like, we don't want to revisit this right now. And then they just blew the whole thing.
I like how,
Yeah.
well, it's just funny that it's awkward. Like, it has the same kind of seriousness as a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. It's a little bit more than awkward. Right?
Ah, this is boring. I don't know. Maybe we can look at some of the comments. Like, how do I summarize this? Demi Jor is just a stupid idiot who couldn't get into comedy. Tried to be like a left-wing thing. It might have been genuine at the beginning, like the liberal type of, not leftist type, but liberal type of thing. saw more money in being like this sort of angry anti-establishment person, then the money wasn't coming in as much, so he just started becoming more and more like right wing. And I think he's just like a full-on grifter that goes after money and just does whatever the hell he's doing. And this Jackson Hinkle probably wants to be like Haas, and he has the not the same sorts of problems, but he's I don't know how much of I don't know much about like Hinkle, how much he believes what he says, but I don't think Jimmy Dore really believes what he says. And it's kind of boring as well. Like uh Sam Cedar basically does a much better breakdown of these sorts of things. Uh but we can read some of the comments. We're really in a world of hurt with this so-called president. Like he's the president. Like I guess it's like one of those Trumpers that think the election was stolen or something. I don't know. When not Biden, Burden speaks of the Taiwan agreement, he was referring to the one China policy that the United States agreed to in the 1970s. No, I think he means the agreement between like the United States and Taiwan, where United States would provide Taiwan with military aid. Like they mentioned it later. Profit should never come at the cost of human blood. Any government that places profit before its people is pure evil. Where the hell does profit come in all of this? I don't know. Please stop criticizing Joe Biden. You're hurting Kyle Kalinski's feelings. Oh my goodness, these people are like, yeah, that's what you can do. Just laugh at their stupidity. Because he's been so right on Afghanistan and the Ukraine, not Ukraine, the Ukraine. And he has been right. He was right to go out of Afghanistan, and he's right in what he's doing in Ukraine. He literally has been right on it. It's funny how Jimmy is almost the only person talking about common sense on this stuff. Why? If we depend on Joe Biden's expectations, God save us. This is just getting more and more boring. I'm getting more and more sleepy. Okay, this is not much more to add here. Matt Walsh has an anti-trans documentary. Yeah, I heard about something like this. Oh, is it any good? Shocking new documentary on trans kids accidentally tells disturbing truth. When they edited what they edited out of my debate on Dr. Phil with Matt Walsh. I don't know who this person is. And not much here. Oh, there was this one actually good documentary that I haven't really I did watch it initially. Like it's really old and I haven't watched in a while that I could talk about. Maybe make like an actual. I can give an actual opinion that others can't give in that sense on that. Let me search it up. Yeah, see, it's 10 years old. It's so long. This one was a good segment as well by Mehdi Hassan. Like, he does a good job. This channel is a bit iffy. I don't know, like YON or whatever it's called. I don't know if you can actually trust this one. I haven't watched the video, so I can't really know. Should I watch the... it's 47 minutes though. Maybe I can watch the Sri Lanka one before. Like, I know it's a bit old, but there's a lot going on in Sri Lanka right now. Maybe we can watch this and then think about the documentary, because I'm a bit tired as well.
Let's talk about what's happening in Sri Lanka. The country has run out of money and the economy is in free fall. There are shortages of food, fuel, and medicine. The currency has crashed and prices for everything are sky high.
Why is the quality so bad?
And a lot of Sri Lankans blame the government and President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. There have been weeks of protests across the country. The Prime Minister, Mahinda Rajapaksa, who's the president's brother, has quit.
Yeah, so I think this family has like a hold on Sri Lankan politics, and the president is really powerful, and he hasn't quit or anything yet. But like everyone else has just had to like resign and do all of the stuff. But the main problem that I think a lot of people have in Sri Lanka are like because of like the president, and like he rules everything and the policies that are there.
Things have gotten pretty violent. Government supporters stormed the main protest camp in Colombo.
Almost about 20,000 came with sticks, heavy sticks, and they beat all of us.
Anti-government protesters set fire to the homes of some ruling party
That's
officials.
insane. Like, they defaulted on their foreign debt, like their economy is completely in shambles.
And stormed the prime minister's compound. He had to be rescued by the army. Several people have been killed and hundreds have been wounded.
It's a economic crisis that was brought on by a political crisis, and now we're just generally in crisis.
So why are so many Sri Lankans fed up with the Rajapaksa family? What's gone wrong with the economy? And what's it going to take for Sri Lanka to get out of this mess? Let's start with the Rajapaksas. They're a family dynasty who've dominated Sri Lankan politics for nearly 20 years. They've been accused of nepotism, corruption, and being bad administrators. Mahinda Rajapaksa served 2 terms as president and gave dozens of family members government jobs. There was a new president in 2015 from an opposing party. And then 4 years later, Mahinda's younger brother, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, was elected president. He made Mahinda prime minister and handed out a bunch of other jobs to relatives.
We had the son as sports minister, we had, the other brother, the nephew, you can just go on, and the daughter-in-law's mother and cousins, etc., were all appointed to different positions, and it became a family business.
So Sri Lanka, though it has followed the electoral democratic process, and everyone who is in parliament and the president has been elected, has also the features of a family-run state and sort of authoritarian structures.
And when it comes to the economy, both Mahinda and Gotabaya Rajapaksa are accused of messing things up pretty badly. For a long time, the government has been spending more than it takes in, and Sri Lanka also imports more than it exports. That means it's been using up more foreign currency than it's earning. Now, a lot of countries do this, and they borrow money to make up the shortfalls. That's not necessarily a problem. It's actually pretty normal for any modern economy. But in Sri Lanka's case, the debts have become unmanageable. The government's basically run out of money. Think of it like having a huge credit card bill and getting to the point where you can't pay the minimum balance each month. For Sri Lanka, that's the $7 billion due this year. In April, the government defaulted on its loans, admitting it can't make the debt payments anymore.
Our reserves kept coming down until the reserves came to zero.
It's crazy to think about, and it can happen in my country as well.
And the situation exploded.
I guess not immediately, but still.
To the current crisis that we have now.
There's not even enough foreign currency left to pay for the imports of essential goods, and it's led to terrible shortages and long lines for things like cooking gas.
People are now starving. Medicine is in short supply. You don't really know what holds for people tomorrow.
So why are so many people blaming the Rajapaksas for all of this? Well, there are a few big reasons why the situation got so bad. When Mahinda Rajapaksa was president, he started spending big time on huge infrastructure projects, some of which ended up being duds.
Like the Lotus Tower, on which we spent 400 million rupees, which is not being used at all, and
just made a useless tower and spent so much money on it.
Getting into debt for these projects. We've also had massive corruption. So it is a cumulative thing.
Cricket stadiums and even port expansions that took place didn't have a return that justified their investment.
So years of this kind of high spending and high borrowing was already storing up problems for the future. And then, when the current president, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, came to power in 2019, he made a couple of drastic decisions that totally derailed the economy. First, he followed through on his election promise to bring in huge tax cuts. But those cuts meant the government suddenly lost out on a lot of money, about 25% of its revenue.
The government stated that the reason is that they were going to give more incentives to people, to businesses, to earn more and then develop the economy and provide employment. But also the reason was that they were facing a
stupid trickle-down economics
election. After the presidential election, a few months later.
This was not something that was advised. It was not based on expert advice or research. It was a populist move.
The other thing Gotabaya Rajapaksa did was to force Sri Lanka's farmers to go completely organic. Pretty much overnight, the government banned the use and import of all chemical.
What the hell are you doing? How will they grow their food properly?
Fertilizers.
No country in the world goes into organic farming 100%. At best, developed countries like Germany have maybe 10 to 15% organic farming.
And it was disastrous for Sri Lanka's farmers, who were suddenly producing much less. It got so bad that Sri Lanka had to start importing rice, something it never had to do before. And
was this person just trying to destroy Sri Lanka?
Food prices went way up.
What it did was cause an escalation in prices in the local market for staple foods that people were accustomed to getting easily and cheaply.
And remember, while all this was going on over the last couple of years, there was also the pandemic and all the problems that caused. The tourism industry took a massive hit, and tourism is usually one of Sri Lanka's biggest earners and an important source of foreign currency. So basically, by the middle of last year, all of these problems were coming to a head, and it was already clear what kind of financial trouble the country was in. But the government didn't really face up to it.
Analysts say the government is like an ostrich with its head in the sand.
Not taking corrective action was the huge governance and policy mistake that was made, I think, which caused the crash to be so much more severe than it could have been.
So what happens now? Well, on the economic front, Sri Lanka desperately needs cash. India has offered up more money to help with fuel imports. China has also put more loans on the table. But the main hope is to secure a big bailout from the IMF.
Oh,
Talks
no,
have started,
IMF.
but a deal is still months away.
That's going to be another
These
disaster.
negotiations have a lot of technical hoops to jump over. Sri Lanka really does have to show that there is a legitimate, stable government that is able to deliver on the undertakings given to the IMF and the creditors.
And that's a whole other challenge, because things really aren't looking too stable on the political front. President Rajapaksa has now appointed a new prime minister, Ranil Wickremesinghe. He's from an opposition party and has had the job 5 times before. The idea is that he'll head up a new unity government, i.e., one that brings together lots of different political parties to try to find a way out of the crisis. But so far, the main opposition parties are refusing to get on board. They want what the protesters want, for Gotabaya to go.
He has to, like, the
Whatever
stuff is done.
happens, the longer it all drags out, the more painful it's going to get for the Sri Lankan people. Some of those big infrastructure projects that we talked about were actually backed by China, part of a mega project known as the Belt and Road Initiative. We've got an episode on that, which you can watch here.
That's another whole can of worms. The Belt and Road Initiative. Do I want to do the documentary thing? What's the time? Maybe later. I don't know why I've gotten so, like, why I'm tired. Maybe it's the lack of sleep or the streaming, I don't know. Let's start up the music again. I don't know. I am very tired though. What to do? What to do? Decisions. Another segment or cut the stream? I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. I don't think anyone's watching right now anyways. But to anyone who did come and watch and who's gonna watch it later, have a wonderful day. And hopefully this time the gap between this stream and the next one's gonna be shorter. And I can see you all sooner. Maybe actually build an audience as well, like it's people who want to watch. It might just be very boring as well, I don't know. When I upload this, if you stick around to the end, leave like a comment maybe. Something. What would it be like? Like a good one. Maybe like jammies or something, I don't know. I just spam jammies if you make it to the end of the VOD. Either on Twitch or on YouTube. And again, have a wonderful day. Bye.